Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mathematics Class 9. Okay, now we will do chapter 2. Okay, that is polynomial. Chapter 2, polynomial. So, polynomial, chapter 2, class 9. Okay, now first of all, let's first understand what is polynomial. Polynomial. Okay, so definition is the sum of several term. Okay, the sum of several term with that contain power of same variable. Okay, so this is definition. Okay, then let me explain you a little bit what is the meaning polynomial. Okay, polynomial. Poly mean many. Okay, poly mean many. Okay, mial mean terms. Okay, terms. Poly mean many, mial mean terms. Polynomial mean many terms. Okay, now let me give you the example. Okay, example so that you understand. The example of polynomial. Okay, example of polynomial: 2x square plus 7x plus 10. This is one of the example of polynomial. Can you take a weak example jangka polynomial? Same. How many term we have here? This is one term. This is one term we have. This is two term we have. This is three term we have. This is three term. Okay, three terms. Okay, three terms. So this is also polynomial. Okay, so now you see, check the division. The sum mean plus. This is the sum of several term. How many term we have? Several term mean many term. 1 2 3. Okay, that contain power of same variable. What is the power of x here? Is 2. And then here, what is the power of x here? 1. Okay, same variable, same. Now I will explain you variable. I hope term now you understand. How many term we have here? 1 term, 2 term, 3 term. So we have here 3 term. Clear now? And then power, and then variable. Let me explain you the meaning of this variable. Variable mean, what a variable we have here? Variable here is x. Okay, x is the variable. Power you know already. This is power. Okay, this is 1 here, this is 2 here. Variable is x. Variable mean those alphabet. Okay, then another example, let me give you. Okay, 10x4 and then plus 9x square plus 10x plus 100. This also polynomial. Okay, understand? And now I hope you understand. Okay, this is the definition, and then this is the meaning of polynomial. Poly mean many, mial mean terms. Okay, clear now? And then this is the two example I give you polynomial. So now here, how many term we have here? 1 term, 2 term, 3 term, 4 term. Here 4 term we have. Okay, clear now? If you clear now let me explain you different type of polynomial. Okay, different type of polynomial. Let me write here types of polynomial. Okay, types of polynomial. Number 1 is monomial. Let me explain you the meaning of this monomial. Okay, mono mean 1. meal mean and meal mean terms, which mean this is example you can give like this. Example which mean one term. Example like you can give like this 10x. Okay, this is one of the example of monomial. Okay, one term only. How many term we have here? One term only. This is also example of monomial. Another example you can give here root 2 x square. This also example of polynomial. There are so many you can give. Okay, 100 y, so many. Okay, so many example. Now I hope you understand. Monomial mean one term. Okay, then then second type of polynomial is binomial. Okay, binomial. Let me explain you the meaning of binomial. Binomial mean 2 and meal mean term. You already know meal mean term. So give me the example of binomial. Okay, example you can give like this. Example 2x square plus 5 plus 7. This is example of binomial. How many term we have here? One term, two term. Okay, and then this another one. If you want to give the example of binomial is, let's say 13y plus 200. This is also example of binomial. How many term here? One term, two term. Okay, and then same way here, let me explain you another one. Last type of, that is trinomial. So meaning of trinomial, tri mean, you already know, tri mean 3. Okay, and then meal mean 10, similarly. Okay, so the example is that you can give here. Example you can give here. Example, first example you can give like this: 4x square plus 7x plus 7. This is also example of this trinomial. How many term we have here? One term, two term, three term, which mean trinomial, 3 terms. Okay, then second example you can give any 100 plus 2x plus 7x square. This also how many term here? One term, two term, three term. This also example of trinomial. So we have three type of, this is the three type of polynomial, that is monomial, binomial, and then trinomial. Okay, I hope now you understand about this meaning of polynomial and then types of polynomial, and then you know what is variables and terms. Let me just refresh. Suppose this, what is the variable here? This is variable here. Variable here is y. Okay, y is the variable, and then what is the variable here? X. X is the variable. Clear, no? And then suppose here number 1, here example of trinomial, what is the variable here? X. Okay, x is the variable. Variable mean those variable alphabet. Okay, x. Then what is the variable here? X only. In the second example is x only, the variable. Now you know the variable meaning of the variable. I hope you understand those meaning of polynomial and then types of polynomial. Now let us know which is polynomial, and which are not polynomial. Menta tip kita long polynomial but kibomde polynomial. Okay, now let us know first this one. Okay, let us know that which which are those polynomial which are not polynomial. Okay, let me give you one example. Okay, one example. Example 1. 3x squared plus 4x plus 12. Is this a polynomial? If I ask you a question, yes, obviously you said yes, it is a polynomial. Okay, because why? How will you know this is polynomial or not? Polynomial, like the definition say, that the sum of several terms. Okay, sum means this is a plus. Now check the power. Okay, power here is 2, power here is 1. Okay, now this is clear that is a polynomial. Okay, let me give you another example. Okay, second example is 3 root t and then plus 2t plus 7. Now I'm going to ask you, is this a polynomial? You will say yes or no. So in your mind you are thinking, is this a polynomial or not? No, actually this is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial. Okay, it is not a polynomial. Why? I will explain you. Okay, now we check here. 3, this 2, the root t, I can write like this. Okay, t root I can write in the form of this half. Okay, then plus 2t plus 7. Okay, now we check here. This half power t, half is not a whole number. Okay, half is not a whole number, so therefore it is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial. Do you see now? Only half, it is not a whole number, therefore it is not a polynomial. So now if we check here, x to the power 2 is a whole number. 2 is a whole number, and then 2 is a whole number, so therefore it is a polynomial. Yes, it is a polynomial. Now how will you identify? Okay, you check first the power. If they are whole number mean, you already know what is the meaning whole number. Whole number starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, continue on. Clear, no? Continue on. Okay, then let me give you one more example. Okay, one more example. 3 root x plus 2x plus 7. Is this a polynomial? This also not a polynomial. Suppose I can write this 3 and then this x variable here I can write in the form half. Okay, root I can write half. So this is also not a polynomial, because why? Half is not a whole number, therefore it is not a polynomial. Now I will give you another one more example. Let's say 5 root q root 5 q root x. Okay, plus 7x plus 100. Is this a polynomial? 5 q root x plus 7. So this is not a polynomial. I can write like this 5 and then 1 by this q root x, I can write 1 by 3, 7x plus 100. So you check here, x to the power 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is not a whole number. Okay, so therefore it is, therefore it is not a polynomial. Now I think you can understand. Okay, let me give you last example. Number 1, 5. Okay, y plus 2y. Is this polynomial? So in this case I can write y plus 2, then y I can write like this. Y I carry this, and what happened? Y instead of this I carry this, what happened? It become inverse. Y plus 2y inverse minus 1. So this is not a polynomial. This is also not a polynomial. Why? Because here you see the power here, minus 1. So minus 1 is not a whole number. It's not a whole number. So therefore it is not a polynomial. Okay, clear, no? Hope now you understand to identify, to see which is a polynomial and which are not polynomial. So you check first the power. If it is a whole number, then it is a polynomial. Okay, suppose this 1/3 is not a whole number, then it's not a polynomial. So this minus 1 also is not a whole number, so it is not a polynomial. Okay, clear? Now I'm going to explain you the last one. Now you already know about polynomial, and then types of polynomial, and then here you already know types of polynomial. There are 3 types: mono, bino, and then trinomials. Okay, and then you already know which is polynomial and which are not polynomial. Okay, and then last one I will explain you this one, coefficient. Okay, coefficient, and then coefficient. Okay, let me ask you example of polynomial. First example of polynomial: 2x squared plus 9x plus 15. Okay, now if I give you a question, okay, give the coefficient of x. How will you give the coefficient of x? What you check here, this polynomial example, give the coefficient of x. Now let us know what is that coefficient of x. Okay, now we check here we have x squared, here we have 9x, here we have x. So coefficient of x is 9. Okay, coefficient of x is 9. We check the number in front of x, and then the number which coming in front of x, you check that is the coefficient. So coefficient of x is 9. Okay, now I'll give you another example so that you'll be clear. Okay, second example: 9x squared plus 7x plus let's say 200. Okay, now if I say to you, give the coefficient of x squared, what you will give me? You check here, this is second example. Coefficient of x squared, this is x squared. You check the number which is in front. Okay, here in front. So what is the number here? Is 9. So coefficient of x squared is 9. Okay, clear now? Now you are thinking, I hope you will be clear what is coefficient, the number which is in front of, okay, variable. Understand now? Okay, clear. Okay, now let me explain you degree. Okay, degree, this one also very important. Okay, degree. Suppose now let me give you example. 7x square plus 2x plus 19. Okay, degree, let me give you the definition. Okay, the highest power of the variable. Degree means the highest power of the variable. Highest power of the variable. Highest power. Now let's check this example. Which is the highest power? Variable, you know already, like I said, alphabet. What is the variable here? X, right? Okay, now which is the highest power? You compare here, x square or x1, x to the power 1. So the highest power here 2 is right. Here x to the power 2, here x to the power 1. So 2 is the highest power. So degree here is 2. Okay, let me give you another one example. This is one example. Second example. Okay, 3x x4 and then plus 7x9 plus 999. So now we check here degree. What is the degree in this polynomial? Can you give me? Which is the highest power here of this variable? Is 9. Okay, x to the power 4 here, x to the power 9. The highest power is of the variable here is 9. So you write 9. Degree is 9. Clear? Now you already know coefficient, degree, and the last one I will explain you little bit. Okay, last one I am going to explain you after finishing this coefficient and then this degree. Okay, let me give you one more example of this linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and then cubic polynomial. Okay, one more example. Second is, let me give you 2x plus 100. This is also linear polynomial because the power is 1. Okay, then quadratic polynomial, let me give you, so write 7 plus 4x plus 9x square. This also, which is the highest power here is 2. Okay, x here is the power 1, here x power 2, so 2 mean quadratic polynomial. Okay, and then here another one example, 7x cube plus 4x square plus 7x plus 77. This also example of cubic polynomial. Clear, no? After clearing all those concepts, okay, after clearing all this concept, starting from polynomial, you already know polynomial, and then type of polynomial, and then you already know which is polynomial and which are not polynomial. Okay, clear. And then last one, you already know linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial. And then without forgetting this one, you also coefficient you already know, degree you already know. Now let us solve this from chapter 2 exercise 2.1. okay, 2.1. Now we are going to solve this question till 5. okay, let us first solve this question number 1. Now let us check this question number 1. 4x square minus 3x plus 7. okay, so you check here, is this a polynomial in one variable? okay, how many variable we have here? X only, yeah. So this is a polynomial. okay, you check the exponent, the power. What is the power here? 2. What is the power here? 1. 2 and 1. 2 is a whole number, 1 also is a whole number. So this is a polynomial in one variable. So you write like this, question number 1. Yes, solution, you write here, solution. Yes, it is a polynomial in one variable. okay, just write like that. Now let us check this second one. Here we have y square plus 2 plus root 2. So you check first the variable. How many variable we have here? 1 only, that is y. Variable mean alphabet. okay, you check first the alphabet, and then you check now the power. Here what do we have here? Power 2, the power in the variable. okay, power in the variable, what is it? 2 is a whole number. So this is a polynomial. So you write solution number 2. Solution number 2. Yes, it is a polynomial in one variable. okay, now let's go for number 3. Number 3, here we have 3 root t plus t root 2. So now you think, is this a polynomial or not? okay, let me solve it here. okay, 3 root t plus t root 2. This 3 I can write like this. This t root we have, I can write half. okay, plus the t root 2. So now you check here, how many variable here? One variable only, that is t. okay, t, one variable. But you check the power. The power here is minus half. So half is not a whole number. So this is not a polynomial. okay, so this is not a polynomial. okay, so we just write solution number 3. Solution number 3. No, it is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial. okay, now question number 4. We have here y plus 2 by y. So you think now, is this a polynomial? So let me solve it here. Number 4, y plus 2y. So I can write like this, y plus 2, y here, what's there here? 1, no? Y to the power 1. If I carry, it become inverse. So now how many variable here have? You have one variable only, that is y. But you check the power here, exponent. Power here is minus 1. So this is not, minus 1 is not a whole number. because whole number starting from 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is also not a polynomial. Solution number 4, you write no, it is not a polynomial. Okay, clear now? Now let's go on next one. Okay, number 5, x, this one, x to the power 10, y to the power 3, and then t to the power 50. So you think, is this a polynomial? Think, this also is a polynomial. Okay, it is a polynomial because you check first the this also is a polynomial. Okay, but how many variables we have here? X, y, and t. Okay, how many variables we have here? X variable we have here, x, y, and t, which means 3 variable, 3 alphabet. Okay, x, y, and t, 3 alphabet we have here, x, y, and t. So now what happened? Now you check the power. Here we have power here 10. 10 is power of x is 10. 10 is a whole number. Okay, y power here we got 3. 3 is a whole number. Okay, and then t to the power 50. 50 is a whole number. Okay, so because it's whole number starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, and then continue on. Okay, clear now? So now this is also, it is a polynomial in 3 variables. Okay, not in 1 variable. So you write solution number 5. Yes, it is a polynomial in 3 variables. Clear now? Okay, this question number 1 done. We have 5 questions. Okay, done. Okay, question number 1. Okay, now we will do this one. Number 2, write the coefficient of x to the power 2 in each of the following. Okay, you'll write. Now I already explained you what is coefficient. Okay, coefficient which is a number in front of x square. Okay, now you think fast now. What is the coefficient of x square? X square here, what is there here actually? Here, let me zoom a little bit. Okay, now we check here, 2 plus x square plus x. So what is the coefficient of x square here? Actually here is 1. No? So coefficient of x square here is 1. Okay, so now here equation number 2, 2 minus x to the power 2 plus x to the power 3. So what is the coefficient of x square here? Minus 1. What is 1? What is there here? 1. Okay, and then here minus. Don't forget this minus. So minus 1. Now again here number, so variable of x square here is minus 1. Now question number 3, what is the variable of x square here? X square, which number is there here in front? Pi by 2. So pi by 2 is the coefficient of x square. So here last one we have root 2x minus 1. Okay, then what is the coefficient of x square? Here we don't have x square. Okay, then which mean when we don't have x square, which mean coefficient of x square, which means 0. 0 has no value. Okay, so 0. Okay, you write question number 2, solution number 1. Then I'll explain you. Coefficient of x square in the question number 1 is, what is there here? 1. Okay, plus 1 actually, but we write only 1. So you write coefficient is, coefficient of x square is 1. Okay, then solution number 2. Solution number 2. So coefficient of x square. What is the coefficient of x square here? What is the number in front of x here? 1. Minus 1. Okay, so coefficient of x square is minus 1. Okay, and then number 3, what is the, like I told you here, what is the coefficient here? X to the y, pi by 2. So we just write solution number 3 pi by 2. Pi by 2 is the coefficient of x square. Okay, then you can write like this also. Number 4, root 2x minus 1. Okay, root 2x minus 1, x square is not there here, so 0 is the coefficient of x square. So 0, solution 0 is the coefficient of x square. Okay, here also if you want to write, pi by 2 is the coefficient of x square. Okay, same only. Okay, then now we are going, this question 1, question 2 done. Now we are going to this question 3. Give one example each of binomial. Binomial, I already explained you what is the meaning. Binomial mean two term of degree 35, and then monomial, degree all mean highest power, okay, of monomial of degree 100. So let me give you one example. Okay, 3, so you write solution, example. Okay, example number 1, you write like this. Give one example. We have to give one example of binomial, okay, of degree 35. You can write x to the power 35 plus 7x. So this is the, so is the example of binomial. Okay, this one. Okay, what is the degree here? 35. How many term? 1, 2, 2 term, which is binomial. Okay, and then last one we have here, monomial of degree 100. So example number 1, you write here x to the power 100. X to the power 100, degree is 100. So here is a example of monomial. Okay, x to the power 100 is an example of monomial. So if you want to write here plus 9. Okay, so what is, how many term we have? Oh no, you can x to the power 100. How many term we have here? X, one term only, monomial, so of degree 100. So this is an example of, okay, clear. Now we are going to do this number 4. Now we are going to do this number 4. Okay, write the degree of each of the following polynomial. All these are polynomial. Now you know the degree mean highest power. Okay, now the highest power here, what is the highest power here? 3. Here we have 3, here we have 2, here we have 1. So actually here what is that? 3 is the highest power. So you write solution number 1, 3. Okay, that's solution number 2. Let's check. What is the highest power here? 2. Okay, 2. You write 2. Solution 2. And then solution number 3. What is the highest power here? Is 1 here, no? 1. You write 1. And solution number 4. Okay. Now we check here. What is the highest power here? There is no variable here. There is no x, no y, no z. All those are variable. So there is no variable, which mean 0 is the degree. Okay, there is no variable here, there is no x, no y, no z. Degree here is 0. Right here, 0. Clear now? last one, this is done. Okay, last one we are going to do is question number 5. Okay, classify the following as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomial. Okay, now so linear you already know, power 1, quadratic you already know, power 2, and then cubic you already know is power 3. I have to explain here before. Now linear means those power 1 here, okay, in the variable. Quadratic means you check those power 2 in the variable, the highest power in the variable, that is 2. Okay, cubic, which is the highest power in the variables, which is 3. Cubic means 3. Okay, clear now? Now let's check here. So here is this, we have to classify this whether they are linear, quadratic or cubic polynomial. So here is the highest power here. What is that? 2. Okay, what is that here? 1, 2. So this is what? Quadratic polynomial. Okay, number 1 you just write quadratic solution, quadratic polynomial. Okay, solution number 2. Let's see now here. Solution number 2, which is the highest power here, is 3, which means here is cubic. Here 3, here 1. This is cubic polynomial. Okay, cubic polynomial. Solution number 3. Number 3, which is the highest power here? Here 1, here 2. 2 is the quadratic, so this is also quadratic. Solution you write quadratic polynomial. Solution number 4. Solution number 4, which is the highest power here? Here 1, here we have x to the power 1, so 1 is linear. Okay, linear polynomial. Okay, now last one here, 5. 3t, what is the power here? 1, so this is also linear. Okay, solution number 5, this also linear polynomial. Solution number 6. Solution number 6, what is the power here? 2, which means quadratic, so here will be quadratic. Okay, you write quadratic polynomial. Okay, clear now? And then number 6 is number 6, last one, number 7. What is the power? 7x to the power q. This is cubic polynomial. Okay, number 7 solution, it is cubic polynomial, right? Cubic polynomial. Okay, hope you understand what I am explaining. So if you are not clear, just go back and then listen nicely, and then if you understand, then skip some part, and then okay. So please do like, share and subscribe my video. I'll stay on, and then you will get notification, so that you will be able to, whenever I upload my videos, so that you're able to get notification. Okay, so this part from solution chapter 2 polynomial exercise 2.1 done. Okay.